One of the questions I get asked most often is how to reduce stress. Unsurprising, since I feel like we're living in a stress simulation sometimes. In addition to your typical mental health toolbox of things like therapy or meditation that work for you, I have another tip that may help to ease your stress physiologically at the root. I've been taking a natural, drug free supplement formulated by nutritional psychologists called Ashwamag for a few months now, and I notice a significant difference in my stress levels. I've also noticed I'm sleeping a lot better and that my mind races less at night. I love and recommend Ashwamag because of its ingredients and the fact that it was formulated by nutritional psychologists. So let me break it down for you since I always tell you to do your research when it comes to supplements. Ashwamag contains ashwagandha, an adaptogenic herb that has been used in Ayurveda for thousands of years, and multiple studies have found that ashwagandha can significantly reduce stress levels. Ashwamag also contains two types of magnesium to help relax the body and mind. Low magnesium levels can also increase stress, by the way. There's L-theanine, which targets happy hormones to manage stress and improve mood. And then there's methylated vitamin B6. There was actually a recent study from 2022 that found that supplementing with vitamin B6 significantly reduced feelings of stress for participants. So, Ashwamag packs in all of these ingredients that are natural, good for you, and well researched, so you know that you are actually getting the bang for your buck that you want. I love that Ashwamag helps me feel calm, relaxed, and focused. Ashwamag is exclusively offering the Every Girl podcast listeners 20% off your monthly subscription for first time customers purchasing on the website. You just have to use code EveryGirl20, terms apply. So just visit ashwamag.com now. That's ASHWAMAG.com to start your stress relief journey.
Why does making friends as an adult feel so
What should I
hard?
wear on a first
What the
date?
hell is a form?
But that
Why
hookup
is
was
buying my
not
first
good.
home so
What do I want my
frustrating?
life to look like in 5 years?
We want to know too.
Since 2012, the Every Girl has been an online destination to help women around the world achieve the life of their dreams. Now, we're excited to bring you the same inspiring content with the Every Girl podcast.
Every girls, it's summer. Well, I guess not technically. The first official day of summer is not until like the end of June, which seems insane to me. But summer to me is a state of mind, it's a vibe. And now that we're getting into the beginning of May, it feels like we are entering that energy. It's like that feeling of being carefree and effortless and having fun and being young and romanticizing your life. The feeling of summer is like part healing your inner child because you're just having fun and being carefree and playful, and part living your own rom com. Like summer to me feels like the scene in 13 Going on 30 where they're swinging on the swings and Jennifer Gardner is wearing a pink floral skirt and they're eating razzles. It's the season of romanticizing the mundane, being playful, being young, butterflies in your stomach, falling in love with life. So, I really want to help you max out this season to feel your very best so that you can actually look back at the summer and be like, wow, that was the best summer of my life. Not because you had a luxury trip to Italy planned, although if you do, I'm so happy for you, that won't not help. But I want you to look back at the summer like it was the season that you actually fully enjoyed your life, that you truly felt like your best self, that you were more confident, that you fell in love with life, that you lived how you actually wanted to live. So I've put together a summer glow up series with a bunch of episodes focused on a wide range of topics, all with the goal of helping you be your best self and live your fullest life this summer. And of course, if you know me, you know that it will not be the typical makeover health content, that it's all this hard, strict routines to follow and it makes you feel overwhelmed or lazy when you inevitably don't succeed because it is too much. This is not where you're going to find the wellness content that says, become unrecognizable by summer. You will never have me saying that because not only is that a marketing scheme to take advantage of you and your insecurities, but true wellness is about being more recognizable to yourself. There is nothing wrong with you now. I don't want to change you or make you unrecognizable. I want you to feel better in your body and in your mind and in your life. And you do that by making small adjustments, like the ones I'm about to break down in these episodes, and by loving who you already are. So that's what you can expect from this summer glow up series. I keep calling it like everything you need to know to tap into hot girl energy this season. There's something about the phrase hot girl that I just like really love. Weirdly, I know that it's probably outdated now, but I just feel like it like omits what I'm trying to say. And okay, it's 2025. Like, of course, that term has nothing to do with how we look. I am so freaking tired of caring so much about the size of my body, how attractive I look to other people, not feeling good enough, feeling like I have to change myself as soon as bathing suit season is on my brain. Like, I'm exhausted by all of that. I know you guys are too. So, hot girl energy, hot girl summer to me is not about looking any certain way. It's actually the exact opposite, where I think of it like it's all about your experience rather than how other people experience you. It's squeezing the most out of life. It's loving your life. It is loving yourself. It is living for the purpose of full enjoyment. Hot girl energy is like, I'm living for me and fuck all of you. I'm upgrading my routines, not because I want to change my body, but because I love my body so much that I know what it deserves. So, to kick off the series, I wanted to break down 8 wellness tips. These are the tips that I'm hyper fixated on right now. They're changes that I've been making and seeing a big difference for me. So, I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, hot girls. We are fixing our posture. I know this sounds like such a boring tip that your mom would tell you when you're growing up, but I'm going to explain why this is the number one secret to a glow up. And it is one of my main focuses right now, especially as I'm getting into my bridal era. This is key for my pre-wedding glow up routine. I have really bad posture. I don't know if it's like working on my phone so much or what, but I definitely have tech neck and I'm like naturally more hunched over. So I've been working on fixing my posture every single day. And here's why. Proper posture versus bad posture makes such a difference in how you feel and carry yourself. Bad posture can cause spinal inflammation and long term chronic issues, but it can also really impact how your body feels and looks in the moment. When you slouch, when your shoulders round forward and your spine curves, this compresses the skin and soft tissue on your back and can lead to weakened muscles and increase of inflammation and lymph buildup, which makes your back appear a little more like puffy and less defined. Having good posture immediately makes you look more confident, but it also engages all of your muscles so differently. Selma Hayek famously said that she doesn't really exercise. Okay, genetics. She's instead just really conscious of her posture 24/7 because proper posture engages the back, core, arms, and it aligns your body so that it can work efficiently. Posture also affects gut health and digestion. When you slouch, like you're hunched over your desk or your phone, you are folding your upper body down towards your pelvis, which compresses and pushes your stomach, intestines, and diaphragm together, which can cause slower digestion and bloating. Proper posture can also change your facial structure to make your face look more sculpted and lifted because proper posture means optimal circulation and lymphatic drainage to reduce puffiness and lymphatic buildup. Like your posture literally affects the definition of your face. You can even Google side by sides of someone with poor posture versus good posture and how it affects their facial structure. It's really crazy. Some hot girl tips to fix posture. First of all, being more mindful of putting your body in proper alignment, which I had to look up how to do on YouTube to even know what proper posture actually is and feels like. So do that if you don't know either, no shame. But your back muscles should be engaged, your shoulders should be relaxed and rolled down, kind of. And your neck should be straight, like in alignment with your spine. So just getting into that position as often as you remember to. Here I am, rolling my shoulders back and back into posture. I like to leave little post-it notes around to remind me, or every time I take a break from work, I roll my shoulders back, get back into proper alignment. When I go on walks, that's a big time that I focus my intention on my posture. So again, it's just getting into the habit of getting into proper alignment. There's also a position where you interlace your fingers behind your back to open up your chest. And this position releases tension and improves posture. It boosts circulation. So you can do this multiple times throughout the day when you're going for a walk, when you're standing in line. Literally whenever, it's an easy thing to do to just kind of open up your chest and roll your shoulders back, engage those back muscles. And then there's strengthening your back, which a lot of us need. I needed this so bad. My back muscles are still so weak because, again, if we're out of proper alignment and we slouch over, your back muscles may be pretty weak because they're underutilized. So I do a series of just body weight exercises every day. It takes me like 3 minutes. I do it in the morning or taking a break in my workday. It's just some basic like goalposts and then pumping my arms behind my back. This is so hard to explain without being able to do it visually, but it's just some like basic movements to activate muscles around the spine and stretch out my chest. If you've been to yoga or Pilates, the teacher will sometimes say it's like squeezing a pencil along your spine. If you've ever heard that, like that activation in those muscles is what you're looking for. I don't know if you get what I'm saying or not, but you can Google some body weight exercises to improve posture. I found a lot of great YouTube videos, like a 10-minute daily posture routine. But it's really anything that opens up your chest and activates the muscles in your upper back. You can also incorporate exercises into your strength training routine if you do like to weight lift, like doing some rows or reverse flies. That's another thing too, is every time I work out, I am now super conscious of my posture. Like I look at it as not only just training, whatever strength training or cardiovascular training, but also posture training. For when you're sitting at your desk, if you want to buy a product that will help, first thing is just to make sure that your computer is actually at eye level. So I got a laptop stand to make sure that I did not have to tilt my head down to look at the computer because this is what contributes to tech neck and hunching over. So you want to get your computer at eye level with a stand, or if you can lower your desk chair, and then there are lots of products you can find on Amazon. You can ask your doctor, or especially if you have a physical therapist or chiropractor, what they recommend. But there are lots of like adjustable back straighteners you can get on Amazon for like 20 bucks. You wear them kind of like a vest that just pulls your shoulders into alignment, which I really like because then I don't have to think about it while I'm working. You can wear them while going for a walk. You can wear it under a sweatshirt. Very discreet. And for one last tip, if you're a big biohacker or if you're all about maximizing your routine and doing the most, I'm going to introduce you to rucking. It sounds like a dirty term. I swear this is going to be the next big wellness fad. Rucking is walking with a weight on your back, which sounds intense, but it's actually very doable because there are so many brands like Go Ruck that make discreet, almost like little backpacks that are like 10 pounds. And they work to improve your posture by pulling your shoulders back and down, strengthening your posterior chain. So I know posture might be a weird tip, but it does make such a difference in your body, both how you feel and how you look. Skinny Talk is so goddamn obsessed with tracking macros and limiting calories and weight training that I just want to say there are so many things you can do for your body to help you feel and look your best that have nothing to do with counting calories. Tip number 2 is walking as the workout. We all know our goals to hit 10,000 steps a day. We all have our Oura rings and Apple Watches yelling at us. And we all know that walking has amazing benefits. I mean, to recap and reiterate what I've said before, Walking is the healthiest, most powerful workout in the world. Like, if you could bottle the benefits of walking into a supplement and sell it, it would be the best-selling supplement in the world. Walking helps your body detoxify through lymphatic drainage. You're getting cardiovascular benefits, muscle benefits. It is the most powerful form of exercise I have seen for fat loss. It strengthens your bone health. Walking after eating helps with stabilizing glucose levels and digestion. When you're walking outside, you're getting exposed to vitamin D and balancing your circadian rhythm. Like, it is truly a miracle ritual and completely free and enjoyable. And walking does not spike cortisol levels like more intense workouts do. In fact, it helps lower cortisol levels. And I really feel like that should be a bigger priority for all of us. Like, yes, we know we need to lower our stress levels, but what that really looks like is we'll add in meditation or something rather than transforming how we live, including our workouts to support our ever rising cortisol levels. If you want to talk about a glow up, let me tangent for a second, okay? Chronically elevated cortisol levels are not just impacting your mental health, but it is one of the most important factors of physical health. Cortisol raises blood sugar and can increase fat storage. It suppresses digestion, which causes bloating. It can increase oil production in the skin, which leads to breakouts, or slow collagen production, which then leads to dullness and dehydration in the skin. So, you want to talk about a glow up? You want to lose weight or feel more confident or heal your skin? Like, honestly, start with your cortisol levels. It is low cortisol summer, and hopefully we'll turn that into a low cortisol life, but we'll start with summer. So, anyway, back to going for a walk because it is a hugely effective exercise that not only won't increase your cortisol levels, but can help lower them. I used to look at walking like I'll get as many steps in as possible, walk on my under the desk treadmill sometimes, take my dog out to walk more. But my priority was going to a workout class. Like, if I had 60 minutes in my day, I would work out. Part of that is because I love going to workout classes, especially working from home. I love getting into a new environment, being around other people, moving my body. But I think that there was also a little bit of that underlying toxic workout culture that a lot of us have. That is like, if I do not sweat, if my muscles are not sore, I didn't really do enough. A recent change that I made to my workout routine is that walking is my main workout. My priority is a 60-minute walk daily or breaking it up into two 30-minute walks if I don't have time. And then I'm intentional about adding in a few days of strength training or yoga, depending on where I'm at in my cycle, or a workout class for fun. Like, if it's on the weekend and I just want to get out and move my body. But my main workout is walking. So instead of in the past, which is getting in my 60-minute workout and then fitting in my steps when I can, it's like I'm getting in my 60-minute walk and fitting in strength training where I can. Maybe some days doing a 10-minute strength training video at home so I can go for a longer walk. I swear, prioritizing walking in the way that it is the workout instead of just the thing that you do throughout the day in addition to a workout has helped my body so much. I feel so much better in my body and mentally. I think it definitely helps lower cortisol levels, and especially when you're not forcing yourself through awful HIIT classes or you're trying to rush to make the class on time every day, it makes a big difference. And here's a little bonus tip: make yourself your own walking playlist that feels like you are the main character in a movie. I'm not talking about Beyonce or Taylor Swift's Reputation album. I'm talking about the most unhinged kind of playlist where every single song makes you want to belt it at the top of your lungs. Like, I love ABBA. I will have a full walking playlist of ABBA songs and the niche ones, not just Dancing Queen. Yes, I want to be a part of your Hot Girl Walks, and I'm honored and thrilled if you are listening to me while you are walking right now. You go, girl. But also, we don't always need a podcast on. We don't always need to self-improve. Like, let's get silly. Let's romanticize our lives. Let's put on music that makes us want to dance and sing and enjoy life. So make your own walking playlist for the summer of all the songs that make you feel like you're the main character of a very full, fun, exciting movie, whatever that looks like to you. Maybe I'll make a Spotify playlist on the Every Girl channel and we can all listen together, or if you need any inspo. Tip number 3 is iced tea every day. You guys, we need to be drinking more tea. It's not just like a morning coffee alternative. When you get a good, high quality tea, it has so many incredible benefits. It is like medicinal. And you can choose different teas based on your health goals. I'll walk you through some of my favorites, starting with green tea. Green tea is like nature's multitasker. It hydrates, energizes, supports metabolism, boosts brain health, and promotes longevity. It's been studied a lot, and some of the findings are actually pretty wild and way just beyond. It has antioxidants. Green tea is a great option if your goal is weight loss or to stabilize blood sugar. Studies show that green tea may improve insulin sensitivity and help to lower blood sugar spikes. And a 2018 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found green tea extract increased fat oxidation by 17%. If you want to improve skin glow, green tea is also that girl. A 2013 study in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that oral green tea polyphenols, meaning drinking green tea rather than applying it topically, improved skin elasticity and hydration. Peppermint tea is another favorite of mine. Peppermint tea is basically the queen of gut health. It helps relax the muscles in your GI tract, which eases cramps, gas, and bloating. It also has a calming effect on the nervous system and can help reduce muscle tension. Since it's caffeine free, this is a great option for afternoons and evenings. I like to order peppermint tea at restaurants after meals. If you get period cramps, have some red raspberry leaf tea. If you have PCOS, spearmint tea is kind of a secret weapon for managing PCOS symptoms. A 2010 phytotherapy research study found that drinking 2 cups of spearmint tea per day for 30 days significantly reduced free testosterone and increased the hormones LH and FSH in women with PCOS. So basically, it can help improve symptoms like acne or irregular periods for women dealing with PCOS. Let's see, what other teas do I love? Oh, dandelion tea is amazing for liver, so it's great detoxification aid. I like this one after coming back from vacation or on days when I'm drinking alcohol. So again, there's a lot of research on the benefits and the powerful effects from tea, and I feel like we're not talking about them enough and not using them as much as we should be in our glow up. I, of course, love hot tea, especially if it's in the morning when my digestive system is warming up. That's what Ayurveda recommends, is having a warm beverage in the morning to kickstart your digestion. But in the summer, I love the ritual of making my own iced tea as a refreshing treat every day. With any of these teas that I mentioned, literally pick and choose your favorites and you'll get benefits. You can make it easy for yourself by prepping it the night before. You can also kind of do a cold brew situation with a lot of teas. So what I do every summer is I get a big glass water bottle with a diffuser in it and let loose leaf tea diffuse in the bottle overnight so that I have refreshing iced tea ready to sip on throughout the day or have an afternoon refreshing treat. And it packs all of these amazing benefits. Tip number 4 is face yoga. Face yoga is something I have been obsessed with lately. I've honestly been dying to share this with you. So, a little background because I know it may sound crazy if you're unfamiliar with face yoga. We have over 40 muscles in the face and neck, and many of them don't get used. So, face yoga is a combination of toning and stretching these muscles for better contour and definition, to reduce puffiness through lymphatic drainage, and to improve circulation for more glow and better complexion. It is mind blowing how your face shape, your contours, your puffiness, your under eye bags, like all of that can change when we tend to these muscles and kind of train these muscles. So far, I've seen more definition in my jaw. My eyes look a lot more awake to me, like my eyebrows sit a little higher. My cheeks are a little more lifted. Like, think of face yoga as like a natural facelift. And I just started this a couple months ago, and it's not a Botox procedure or a literal facelift. Obviously it takes time, but I've been obsessed with it, and it's so relaxing because it's slow and intentional, just like regular yoga. It serves as like a mini meditation. Face yoga has roots in a lot of ancient traditions: Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine, Japanese facial massage, facial reflexology. Like, this has been practiced for thousands of years for a wide range of benefits, both aesthetic and physical. There's also been some research done on this in conventional medicine. Like, I found a study from 2018 that found women aged 40 to 65 who practiced face yoga for 30 minutes a day over 20 weeks saw measurable improvements in upper cheek and jawline fullness and looked an average of 3 years younger, according to dermatologists. So I love this practice. I see this as something that I am absolutely going to keep up with long term, especially being in my bridal era. How annoyed are you guys going to get with me every time I bring up my bridal era? But this is kind of my pre-wedding routine instead of spending thousands of dollars on beauty treatments. I have been using and loving the app Lovely, Luvly. It's a face yoga app that's cool because it creates a personalized routine for you based on your goals. It tracks progress and it gives you one video a day with lots of bonus videos if you want for various goals. But I usually just do the one video that's anywhere from like 4 to 10 minutes. I do this usually in the mornings when I'm doing my morning skincare. But you can also use good old fashioned YouTube or Google and search for general face yoga routines, or you can search face yoga to reduce fine lines, face yoga to contour the cheekbones. Like, hello, the internet is the best tool we could have. You can look up any routine or movement that you want for the goals that you're working on. Tip number 5 is that we are stepping up our fiber. We all know the influencers are obsessed with protein, and that's amazing. Protein is super beneficial for hormonal health, metabolism, building and sustaining muscle, but you also need all of your macronutrients to thrive. So we don't really need this extra focus on protein, but yes, you need protein to help you feel your best for sure. But fiber, in my opinion, is where it's at. And a glow up diet would include lots of fiber. Fiber is the most underrated glow up tool. Like, if glow up to you means feeling amazing and looking great with like amazing skin, no bloat, if you want to lose weight or puffiness, fiber helps with all of that. Forget juice cleanses, okay? Fiber is the OG detox. Fiber helps clear toxins from the body through regular bowel movements because the body does not break down and absorb fiber. Like, fiber literally goes through the entire digestive system and then gets pooped out. So fiber binds to toxins so that they leave the body through your bowel movement. Kind of gross, but true. Fiber moves waste out of the body efficiently, keeping your liver and your lymph system from getting overburdened. And then another thing that fiber binds to through the digestive process to help detoxify is excess estrogen. And getting rid of excess estrogen can help with water retention or bloating, hormonal acne, and fat storage. Soluble fiber stabilizes blood sugar, which prevents that kind of insulin spike that can trigger acne. And this can also help with weight management and keeping cortisol levels low because those things are also impacted by insulin levels. A 2015 study found that people who only increase fiber without dieting, they didn't change anything else, they just increased fiber, lost weight and improved metabolic markers. And then the last key piece of this is that fiber is a prebiotic food, meaning it feeds your guts good bacteria, helping improve overall gut health. Like, you can take all the probiotics that you want, but those probiotics will not survive without the food that they need, which is where prebiotics come in. And as you probably already know, the gut impacts pretty much everything in the body. A healthier gut can mean obviously better digestion, but also better skin due to the gut skin axis, better mood because 95% of serotonin is produced in the gut. Many dietitians will say to aim for 35 to 40 grams of fiber per day for optimal health, but I'm not big on the amount and the numbers because if you know the exact grams of fiber that are in a handful of blueberries that you're eating, that means you have to be tracking it and programming it into an app, and that gets damaging and overwhelming and removes you from your intuition. So just think of eating more fiber-rich foods with every meal and you're good. Fiber is found in plants, so fruits and veggies. It feels so much easier to get in more fruits and veggies in the summer because you're craving big salads and tropical fruits and things like that. Chia seeds, flax seeds, and basil seeds are really high in fiber. Berries, legumes are another favorite fiber source, especially lentils. Beans are so unsexy, but they honestly need a rebranding because they are the greatest glow up food. They're high in fiber and protein, they contain lots of phytonutrients. Beans are cornerstone of diets from the blue zones or parts of the world where people live the longest. I try to have beans in a salad or soup every day when I can fit it in. They're super easy to just throw into any recipe. You can also blend them into soups or sauces. It makes them really creamy. I've also been known to blend a bean or two into a smoothie, especially if it's like with a banana or a flavored protein powder, you can't even taste it. Also, not literally a bean. I'll do like a little handful of like a navy bean. Let's see, what else for fiber? I also snack on carrots and olives while cooking or before going out to eat. I get all the fresh fruit that's in season to have as snacks throughout the day. Like, just think of adding more fruits, vegetables, legumes, and seeds to every meal, and you will reap the benefits. Tip number 6 is body healing meditations. Another maybe random thing that I've gone into that I've been really wanting to share with you, and I think this is such a powerful hack. I have found that the most powerful meditations that I've ever done are focused on my physical body. And I will explain what this means, but I first came across this idea years ago reading Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. He's a quantum physics and neuroscience researcher, in case you're unfamiliar with him. And he wrote about using meditation to stimulate the pineal gland, like literally visualizing the pineal gland in order to access altered states of consciousness, healing, all these crazy things. It's super complicated, but in this setting is the first time that I heard the concept of meditating on the physical body or specific parts of the physical body that can actually cause physical reactions. What I have been really into lately is a series that I found on Aloe Moves. It's called 7-Day Reiki Renewal, and it's a series with 16 guided meditations with different intentions. Some of them are like rest and digest. There's others on detoxification, immunity, hormone balance. There's a bunch of different physical health focuses. And these are a lot different than guided meditations where you're visualizing, you're relaxing on a beach. These are about putting your energy on different organs and hormones and functions of your body. So the meditation will basically have you imagine a light flowing through your digestive system, for example, through the intestines and the pancreas and all that good stuff, clearing out any toxins, stagnant energy, slow digestion. Like, the meditation is basically clearing out the bad toxins or bacteria or waste in specific parts of your body and visualizing your body working really efficiently. I know this may sound super woo woo, so I get it. If you don't connect with it, feel free to move on. I have other tips for you. But I have loved this practice, if for no other reason than reconnecting to my body and my health goals and envisioning what it feels like to feel really healthy, to feel like you have a super healthy immune system or amazing digestion that's quick and efficient. Like, I use this as a visualization tool and a way to reconnect with my body. And for me, I have found that it's really powerful. When Mimi Bouchard was on the podcast, she talked about how she lost 20 pounds and healed her symptoms by just getting super clear on what it feels like to live in the body that she wanted to be in, like visualizing, knowing in and out how that would actually feel. So to me, this is kind of a version of that. It is visualizing your body in peak health. But also, there is a lot of fascinating research and ancient practices that show how much energy and intention can impact the body physically. And I would need a whole other episode to dive into it. But like Brandy Gilmore talked about this concept in her episode where she healed her body through thought. Dr. Joe Dispenza, like I mentioned, teaches energy focus as a healing mechanism through using neuroscience and quantum physics. Dr. Christy Northrup is an OBGYN. She talks about energy in her book, Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom, and how important emotional work and energy healing is with hormones or reproductive issues. Practices like Reiki, which is a Japanese healing technique that involves channeling energy, have been used for thousands of years because generation after generation have seen them work. I personally hate that we have to come back to Western conventional medicine in order for anything to be taken seriously rather than trusting ancient wisdom, but there are studies that back this up too. For example, a 2011 study found that Reiki was as effective as physical therapy for improving range of motion in people with limited shoulder mobility. So, could that mean that energy work may be as effective as diet and exercise for your weight loss goals? Does that mean it could be as effective as a probiotic in improving digestion? You know, food for thought. So I went a little deep into the explanation and research just if you're interested, but also it doesn't have to be that deep. Whether you want to call it visualization or energy healing or quantum physics or just a specific way to meditate, there is no harm in connecting to your body. And it is a practice that I really love and think is so beneficial for overall health and healing and feeling really rooted in your body. The bonus is that I also think it's easier for me to meditate this way by getting into my body instead of trying to get out of my mind. I love this because when we typically think of our mental health routine and our physical health routine, they are separate. We think of our meditation routine as being just for our mental health alone, when in reality, they are so interconnected. So I love combining our physical health and mental health because they really are one and the same. So again, I love the series on Aloe Moves 7-day Reiki renewal, but also you can, again, YouTube or even Spotify and search guided Reiki meditations, or you can also look up guided meditations for any of your health goals, like guided meditations for better digestion, for hormonal balance, and then just try out different ones until you find some that you like. If you're a Mimi Bouchard fan and have the Activations app, there are also a lot of activations on there that are for physical healing in the body. The point is just using meditation as another healing tool to connect with your body and your health goals. Tip number 7 is to make one thing that you consume on a regular basis from scratch. Martha Stewart is the OG hot girl, okay? Ina Garten. I think it's Ina Garten Summer, honestly. I want to be like Ina Garten this summer. Catch me with Jeffrey having a lobster pasta picnic. But DIYing something from scratch is such an important glow up tip for many reasons. For one, in this economy, we are looking to save money. Okay. We are moving into a time that we don't need a lot of stuff. We don't need to always be buying something. There is something so satisfying in creating something instead of having to purchase it. Two, you can make a healthier, cleaner version, which is important for your health goals, whether that's DIYing an all-purpose cleaner spray or a nut milk. It's going to be healthier than whatever you buy at the store that contains added fillers or chemicals or preservatives to keep it fresh on the shelves. But also the process of creation can be incredibly fulfilling and enjoyable and add to your overall quality of life. I talked about this in the Cool Girl Hobby episode. That was episode 168. If you want to go back and listen, there's a lot of research around something called the self-creation effect. That basically means when people make their own product, they appreciate it more, they're more likely to consume it more mindfully, and they experience greater overall happiness than if they were to purchase the same product from the store. So it's not just about the product itself, but the experience of making the product. You don't have to become Nara Smith overnight and DIY your own Cheetos or chewing gum. Just pick one thing that you consume regularly and maybe something you spend a lot of money on that you want to make your own, like a nut butter or laundry detergent or sourdough bread, popular example. I stumbled upon a creator on TikTok. Her name is Plant Based Baby, and she makes her own all purpose cleaner that cost her 37 cents to make a bottle. She DIYs ranch dressing or dip. You can also make your own hummus very easily. Like, it is actually a lot easier than you may think to create your go-to salad dressing or almond milk or nut butter or even a body scrub. There are so many things that you can make yourself. When we talk about glowing up, feeling better in your body and mind, I think that that also needs to include spending more time in creation mode instead of checking items off the to do list, whether it's at work or it's getting your workout in. Like, we are so focused on checklists, and then our time not working or doing things we're supposed to do, like workout, is usually spent in front of the TV, which is fine. Bravo is my hobby. I get it. But if you make something on a regular basis, especially something that you're consuming anyway, so that you're saving money as a bonus, it will improve the satisfaction of your life. It will increase your confidence and you will reap the financial and health benefits. My last tip for you today, as we get into the start of summer, I have to remind you about Best Self Saturdays. If you're new here, last summer I really got intentional about how I structured my weekends to make the most of them. I used to have Saturdays be my social days where I would go out, and then Sundays would be like classic Sunday reset vibes, clean the apartment, grocery shop day. What I realized doing this is I started to get Sunday scaries on Saturday. And then having the thought on Saturday of like, this is my one fun day would typically make me go a little harder than I would need to go, like go out longer or drink more, which would then make me tired and unmotivated on Sunday. I felt like I was just exhausting myself. And then my weekends would go by so fast. And I felt like I wasn't really enjoying them fully. Like, I wouldn't really feel good about them. So I really rethought the way that I was spending my weekends and made changes to be more intentional. I wanted to use my weekends to help me both enjoy my life, first and foremost, and to grow. And my changes have made a huge difference. So I'll walk you through my weekend routine that I especially implement in the summer. You might have heard me talk about my Bravo Fridays. I just like to spend the afternoon watching my Bravo shows, doing some beauty treatments like a face mask or something, an everything shower, and then whatever. If I want to stay in, if I want to go out, whatever. Fridays are Fridays. Saturdays, I do what I call a best self Saturday. So this is when I will clean my apartment, I'll get a bunch of work done, maybe I'll do a sauna blanket and an at-home facial. Like, this is my day to feel accomplished, to set up my brain, my body for the following week. But this is the key. I always make sure to romanticize it a little, which for some reason feels easier to do knowing that it's Saturday because I'm like, oh, it's Saturday, so I really got to enjoy this. So maybe I will clean up, but I'll light my nice candle and I'll listen to some fun music. Or maybe I'll treat myself to my favorite smoothie out instead of making it at home. Or if I have work I have to do, I'll go to a coffee shop. Like, not my local Starbucks, but like the beautiful chic coffee shop down the street. This is your best self Saturday. This is living like your best self would. So some days for me, that means checking shit off my to-do list, again, in a romanticized way. Or other times that means doing all the wellness things and an at-home facial. And then Sunday is my fun day. Sunday is the day that I'm like, the purpose of this day is to do whatever is going to feel the most fun. So I'll go sit on a patio and have margaritas with friends, or Joey and I will go out to our favorite wine bar. Something about this structure, making Saturday my best self reset day, get my shit together day, and Sundays as my fun day, makes the weekends feel so much longer. When I'm having fun and I'm going out, I already feel like I have my life together. My work's done, my apartment's clean, I did a face mask, so I feel like I can fully enjoy. And then I also think that it serves as a reminder to me that every day is supposed to be enjoyable. And I don't actually have to wait for Friday and Saturday to have fun. I actually should be having more fun even on school nights. So then I go into the week still feeling like I have my shit together, everything's accomplished, but also with this mindset of, oh yeah, life is meant to be enjoyed. I feel so refreshed Mondays because the day before was pure fun and enjoyment. And joy, fun, laughter, that feeling when you're just so happy and playful and being silly and having fun, That is actually the way bigger stress reliever than meditation and relaxing. So I actually like starting Mondays off right after a fun day. So try it for yourself. This weekend, implement a best self Saturday. Do whatever your best self would, whatever that means to you. That could mean getting a lymphatic drainage massage. That could mean spending zero money and cleaning up your apartment. Whatever that means to you, romanticize it, live it as your best self would, do what you got to do. And then fun day, balls to the wall. Have so much fun. So, those are 8 tips that are my hyperfixations as of late to kick off the beginning of our Summer Glow Up series. Stay tuned for a lot of other content helping you feel like your very best self. And please let me know in the Spotify or YouTube comments or Apple reviews any feedback or thoughts or what you liked about this episode. You know, I read every single one. Also, if I don't say it enough, all of our episodes are on YouTube. So go check us out. This is a full video recording. You can watch me stare at myself through a computer. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you on Thursday for Ask the Every Girl. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I know I sure did. Please do not forget to rate, review, and subscribe. It really makes a huge difference for our show so we can keep growing and bringing the content that you love. If you want more info, you can find us at The Every Girl Podcast on Instagram or theeverygirlpodcast.com. Talk to you next week.